Hey, Pearl, what is this all about? What's going on? I just saw you rush right by me like something was chasing you or something like that. Is everything okay? Oh, Lisa, this is perfect. I'm so happy that you messaged me right now. I can't stand to be with that man for another single second. Do you hear me? That man? You're not talking about Jeremy, are you? What happened? I mean, you and Jeremy are supposed to be getting married tomorrow. How can you not be happy with him? I just mean, why should a woman as beautiful and successful and amazing as me have to put up with such a horrible man like that? I mean, it's not like he comes from a bad family or anything like that at all, but he's just so stupid and completely useless. I just can't bring myself to like him no matter how hard I try to. All he ever does is really piss me off. Oh, wow, I had no idea that you felt this way about Jeremy at all. But why did you let things get this far then? Why not cut this whole thing short earlier? Well, it's because I know that Dad really wants me to marry this guy, but I also know that it's only because Dad wants the business connections he'll get from having our families be wed. And I thought I could stick through this for the good of the family, but I'm seriously at my limit right now. I just refuse to marry someone that fat and ugly. You really think that Jeremy can't take care of himself? He seems like such a nice, sincere guy to me. I don't know, I was also so impressed that you were able to land someone like him, to be honest. Why were you taken up with him? You really don't know anything about him at all, and that shows it. But he really is just such a fatty. I mean, can you believe that he actually eats the crust of his pizzas? How could someone do that? Please don't tell me that's actually something that you're even remotely upset about. Anyways, maybe you're just getting the pre-wedding jitters, but I'm sure they'll pass. And if the only problems you have with Jeremy are aesthetic, then I'm sure they'll pass in due time. You really don't have any idea what you're talking about at all, do you? Just why in the world are you trying to stick up for a loser like him? He's not nice, he's not sincere, he's not handsome. He looks like some kind of freakish monster straight out of a horror movie. He looks like Frankenstein. You do know that Frankenstein was actually the doctor, right? The monster wasn't actually called... Oh, never mind. I don't care about what the monster was called. You know what I'm talking about, you nerdy little bookworm. In fact, you know Jeremy is something of a nerd himself. I bet that you two would make a much better couple than him and I would. He's always reading some dumb sci-fi book or playing video games with his friends. He's just always doing some silly indoor activity and I can't stand it. Most of the time he's just at his computer typing. Well, I thought Jeremy told us when he came over that he's always wanted to try his hand at writing, right? I know that. Not only that, but he even told me that he really has no interest in taking over his family's company at all. But if he's not going to do that, then what's the point of even marrying him? Pearl, please, I think that you're being really unfair right now. I mean, do you really feel that way about Jeremy? I'm just saying that we were supposed to have another meeting today about our wedding, and I just can't bring myself to go. What about you? What if you go in my place? What do you mean? You really want me to be making decisions about your own wedding? Look, Dad wants me to marry Jeremy more than anything, okay? Remember that this is also that our families and businesses can come together. Heck, you could even marry Jeremy for all I care. I don't think Dad really cares as long as it's one of us and the wedding actually happens. Hold on a second, Pearl. Are you really telling me that you don't care if I marry your fiance? You two are literally getting married tomorrow. I don't think that you should be talking about him like this. I'm just saying that a guy like him doesn't deserve and wouldn't even know what to do with a girl of my caliber. I need a good and handsome man with lots and lots of money. In fact, I already know there's got to be someone out there waiting for me, and that's why you saw me running off. So anyways, I want you to stand in for me at my wedding tomorrow, and you can go ahead and marry that fat, ugly pig Jeremy. Pearl, I don't know what to say. Oh, thank you so much. You both really are freaks, do you know that? I can't believe that you actually think it's a good thing to be getting my sloppy seconds like that. But then again, it's not like you two are going to be able to find anyone better looking than each other and still manage to make it work. I really just don't understand why you're being so nasty, Pearl. I really would have thought that you'd know better than to judge someone so harshly for their appearance. And just what else is there to judge him about? Besides, how can I care about the person he is on the inside when he looks so bad on the outside? Well, if you ask me, people who are ugly on the inside always end up showing it on their face, like you. Excuse me? Was that you trying to insult me? You know that I went to one of the top schools in the country, right? Not only that, but our family background means that I am certainly a winner in life. Well, you do realize that you and I come from the same family, don't you? So I don't know what you're trying to say there. I don't really care what you have to say to me as long as you end up marrying Jeremy and I don't. That way, we can still make Dad happy and I don't have to subject myself to being with Jeremy. It really is a win-win all around. You, me, Dad, and Jeremy all win. It's the perfect plan. Well, I'm not going to be marrying him for any of those reasons. I'm only going to marry him because I love him. I don't care about where our families are from, what Dad wants, what you want, none of it. Man, you really are a freak. Do you know that? I just don't understand you, but whatever. If you want him, you can take him. I don't care at all. You're doing me a favor by taking my ugly husband away from me. I just hope that you two can make each other happy.
Hey, Lisa, are you there? I just wanted to say that it was really nice getting to meet your family tonight, okay? And thanks for making sure that I got home okay.
Oh, it's not at all. I was really wanting to get out of the house by the end of it all. So thank you for being such a good drinking partner. Actually, the thing is that I really did want to talk to you tonight, as I'm sure you were able to tell.
But I still can't believe that you said what you said to me tonight. But are you sure? I just don't know what to say.
Of course I'm sure about this, Jeremy. I mean, I remember when I first met you. There was just something about you.
I know you said that to me earlier at the bar. I'm sorry, but I really can't see what someone like you would even like about someone like me.
I just think that you're a really caring and thoughtful person. You're nothing like my parents or my sister. I don't know. I talk to you and I just feel at ease. It's like all the pressure of the world just melts off of me.
Lisa, I actually feel the exact same way. I hope that's okay to say.
Wait, you do? What do you mean? Are you saying that I make you feel the same way that you make me feel?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. I talk to you and it feels like I'm in a safe place where I'm not having to perform for my parents or friends or shareholders or anyone like that. And talking to your sister, well, no offense, but I really don't think she likes me at all. Anytime that we're alone together, she's just playing on her phone. I really do try and be approachable and talk to her and be a man that she's wanting to marry, but I think that, all I'm doing is just pushing her away. So this is all just a huge relief for me.
Oh, I see. I really am sorry for how horrible my sister can be at times. I just really don't know what to do with her at all.
No, it's okay. I knew from the start that this wedding was all about being controlled by our parents, so I'm not really that surprised that being married like this would repel Pearl. But it's not all that bad. After all, it's thanks to all this that you and I were able to meet. But I would have no idea the way you felt about me if you hadn't said anything. In fact, I was rather confused and angry with myself. After all, how could I be falling in love with my fiance's sister and still think of myself as a good person?
Well, don't be surprised if people talk about us because of this, you know.
No, I don't care what people say, as long as I can be with you. Then that's all I really want. But I guess that means that you and I have a big day tomorrow, huh?
Yes, finally, and I am very happy that the wedding was going to be small and for family only. I mean, I can't imagine the confusion this would cause if the wedding was really big. After all, who ever heard of the bride being switched out at the last second? But I guess according to Pearl, neither of my parents really care about which of us is marrying you.
Yeah, well, it was actually Pearl who said that she wanted to have a smaller, more intimate wedding with only family there. I was wondering if it was because she was embarrassed to be married to me.
Oh, Jeremy, you don't need to worry about my sister anymore. I doubt she'll even come tomorrow. Although if she did, I'm sure that it would be just to try and make fun of the two of us for going along with her plan.
You're right, nothing else matters now that I know you and I are gonna be able to be together. I guess I'll see you tomorrow then.
See you then, Jeremy. Sleep well. Hey there, sis. I just wanted to let you know that I arrived to your wedding. I knew that you two were ugly enough to be a perfect match. So you really did actually show up. I just don't know what to say. You really are horrible, do you know that? Oh, come on, we're sisters. Did you really think that I wasn't going to be here for your big day? Besides, Mom and Dad said that they didn't care if I was here or not. But when I thought about how hilarious your ugly little wedding is going to be, I just knew that I had to be there, and I'm sure that's what the rest of the family is thinking. I don't get it. What is the matter with you and our parents? Why do you always have to act this way? I mean, I guess I know the answer to that. You all only care about this marriage for what you think it's going to do for our family. What other point even is there to this whole stupid sham of a wedding? It's all about our families. You two are just tools for the greater good, do you understand? Whatever. I'm just glad that you're enough of a sap to marry this guy. It means that I'll never have to worry about being married to a loser like Jeremy. And just who is this other man that you've shown up with to my wedding, huh? Don't tell me you've already found a new boyfriend. Well, no duh. Did you think it was going to take long for me to get a new one? I mean, have you seen how I look? But he really is a looker, isn't he? If you really want to know, his name is Owen. So if anyone asks about me, I've been dating Owen this whole time and was never, ever with Jeremy. You really are just pathetic. Do you know that? You can't even have people knowing the truth about you dating Jeremy. That is really sad. Well, I don't care what you think, since Owen has graduated from one of the top schools in the country and works for one of the largest, most powerful companies in the country. He's still in his 20s and already makes $20 million a year. So in the end, it all works out for me. So is that all you care about for your wedding too? Just external things like money and fame, is that all you care about? Wait a second, don't tell me that you're jealous of me right now. You are! You're jealous that I brought this sexy rich man with me and you're stuck with Jeremy. You know, I've already introduced Owen to our parents and they are going to be huge fans of him. You mean you really brought your boyfriend to my wedding just so that you could introduce him to our parents? And why wouldn't I use your wedding to take care of this? After all, Owen is from a rich family and I'm sure that Mom and Dad would want to meet him. I really am sure that Mom and Dad are going to have no problems with him at all. This is going to be perfect. I don't believe this. My whole family is like this. How was I lucky enough to end up the only sane one out of all of you? You're calling yourself sane, and yet you're the one that's happy to be marrying a total loser like Jeremy. That's rich. But whatever. I hope the two of you make each other happy. I know Owen is going to make me very happy, not to mention rich. Hey, Lisa, what the heck is all of this about? I heard that you two were going to be cutting ties to your families? What the heck are you trying to pull right now? I'm not trying to pull anything at all. Jeremy and I just want nothing to do with any of you anymore. We're sick and tired of being treated like pawns in our parents' games. We're not going to let them control our lives any longer. But you can't do this. You can't just decide to do this by yourselves. Don't you realize that if you do this, Dad could lose the company? You know, Pearl, in a way, this is all your fault. If you had just married Jeremy instead, none of this would be happening. What kind of silly backwards logic is that? You really think that I'm going to buy that? You really seem to have a bad memory when it comes to the things that would make you look bad. But it doesn't really matter now. Jeremy and I have made up our minds and we're not going to be manipulated by you all anymore. Don't you realize what you're doing? You're betraying your family. You're being a terrible daughter by doing this. You think I really care about the family that said that Jeremy and I belong together because we're so ugly? Because that's rich if you think I'd ever feel like I owe any kind of loyalty to them at all. You're just completely useless, do you know that? This was going to be the one good thing you ever did for us, and now you've gone and ruined it. Wait a second. What's going on? I just turned on the TV and... Why is Jeremy on it? Oh, yeah, well, that sounds about right. I mean, I told you that Jeremy always wanted to be an author ever since he was younger, right? Well, anyways, he wrote and published a book, and it's already a bestseller. So some news crews came over to have an interview. Hold on. You're telling me that Jeremy published his book and that it's a huge success? I know that he was working on one, but I didn't realize he'd finished. Well, I think it's just amazing, and I am so proud of my husband for what he's accomplished. So what? You think any of this matters? He'll probably just be a one-hit wonder. And besides, are you really saying you prefer him as a writer rather than tied into our business connections? Because if that's the case, then you really are both idiots. In fact, if I were you, I would leave him and go find a better man for yourself right away. Pearl, you need to stop this. I love Jeremy, and Jeremy loves me. And that's what makes us work so well together. Wow, I really just don't know what else to say except that you need to wake up to your being brainwashed. But whatever, I'm going to be happy with my husband, and that's all that really matters. Are you serious? You mean that you didn't message me right now because you wanted to ask for financial help? What in the world are you talking about? Why would Owen and I ever need to go to you two for help? Are you sure that you really want to talk about this? I mean, you do know that Owen is just a scammer, right? What is that supposed to mean? What are you even talking about? How dare you try and spread such lies? I'm just saying that his whole resume, the whole background that he gave you was a complete lie. He was just trying to make himself look good so that you would agree to marry him, but the truth is that he doesn't really have any money at all. So that's why I thought that you were only messaging me now because you were in desperate need of help. Oh, please, Lisa, I don't need you to tell me that Owen is nothing but a scam artist, but the fact of the matter is that he does have some money, and he's just so kind. Are you sure about that? Because I heard that he just took Dad's money and ran off with it, and now the family is really upset. It's okay, you can be honest with me. There's no need to lie about any of this. Are you trying to make fun of me? Is that what's going on? I mean, I don't really think I would need to try very hard if I was, but at this point, you're the one making a fool out of yourself. Whatever, laugh all you want. It's not going to make any of what you're saying more true. And even if Owen did run away with Dad's money, I would rather that happen than have to end up being married to someone as ugly as Jeremy. Well, okay then, but if that's really the case, then would you mind leaving me alone? I don't need you contacting me anymore. Fine then, this was a whole waste of time anyways, and I never should have tried talking to you in the first place. Hey, Lisa, I was just thinking, do you remember that one time that you were in second grade and I lent you some money? Excuse me? What in the world are you talking about, and why would I even remember something like that? Yeah, you said that you really wanted to buy some magazine or something like that while we were at the mall. And you said that Dad wasn't giving you any money, so that's why you came to me to ask for some so that you could buy it for yourself. Anyways, I think it's high time that you paid me back for that. Wow, you're too proud to ask for money, so you have to make up a silly story like this? I mean, I knew that you were prideful, but I didn't think that you'd try to call in some 20-year-old debt. Whatever, I know that you have some spare money lying around, don't you? After all, I heard that Jeremy's book is already being made into a movie. You have to have money. And if we did have money, what business of yours is any of that? Well, we're family, and I really need some of it, so please, can't you help me out? I mean, I am seriously flat broke right now. Not only that, but the rest of the family is saying that they want nothing to do with me at all, so there really is no one else I can turn to. So even though you said all those horrible things about Jeremy and treated him like he was beneath you, you still come to us for help? Look, I don't like this any more than you do. I thought that I'd be fine, but I'm not, and now I don't have any other option but to ask for your help. You really think that you can act all high and mighty like this just because you married rich? You didn't do anything to deserve the money you have right now. Except I already told you that I was never marrying Jeremy for the money. I only ever respected him as a good person. And besides, you know that I have a job and earn my own money. We both are there for each other and we both help each other out. Oh yeah, I'm sure that you bring in just as much as he does. You are just all talk, do you know that? It's so obvious that you're just into this for the money. You're just talking to me like this because you think that you have the upper hand and can look down on me. But you wouldn't be treating me like this if I hadn't given you Jeremy. Great, thanks for that. Is that all you have to say? Because I have better things to be spending my time on. Wait, no, please, you can't just go. I really need you to lend me some money right now, or else things are going to get really bad for me. You see, I thought that I'd be making a lot of money from marrying Owen, and so I quit my job. And I also may or may not have taken out a bunch of loans. Hold on a second. You're telling me that you quit your job and took out loans? What is the matter with you? Well, I thought that Owen was this huge millionaire, so I thought I could just take out some money now and have him pay it all back later. I only used it to go out and buy some bags and clothes that I wanted. Just stuff like that, you know. Okay, Pearl. How much money did you end up borrowing for all of this? Well, I don't have an exact number. But the last time I checked, it was already around the ballpark of $20,000. Wow. Just wow. I really don't even know what to say, but no, we're not going to be helping you out there. You figure this out yourself. I can't believe this. I'm your sister, and you're not even going to help me after I've come to you and explained how much trouble I'm in? Pearl, I'm sorry, but there is really nothing that would ever make me want to help you. But anyways, if this is all that you wanted to talk to me about, then I think we're done here. Hey there, Jeremy. Do you remember me? I'm Pearl, Lisa's sister.
Oh, of course I remember you, Pearl. What's going on?
Well, the thing is that now that I've spent time away from you, I think it's finally helped me realize that I really love you.
Excuse me? I don't know what to say to that.
Well, it's just that I guess I didn't realize what I really had until it was gone, you know? But now I know the truth, and I know that I need you.
But I don't understand. When your sister and I got married, you brought that other man with you.
No, it wasn't like that. I was just jealous, and I thought that bringing him might have made me feel better, but it didn't at all. I was being an idiot and finally realized that, and I just want you to know how sorry I am about it all.
I see. You know, I actually heard that Owen guy that you were with turned out to be a scammer, is that right?
It's true. He was so horrible, and I just had no idea at all. That's why I feel like now I have no choice but to come to you for help. Please, you have to know that I only have feelings for you. I want to be together with you.
Well, I understand your feelings, and I appreciate your honesty, but the fact of the matter is that I'm married to your sister Lisa, and she's the girl that I love.
But what about me? There was a time when you and I were together, don't you remember? You told me that I was beautiful, and I went to a good school and everything.
Yes, well, I did say that you are beautiful, but I was really only talking about the kind of person you were from the outside.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't really care about appearances at all. As long as I love that person with all my heart, I really don't care about how they look or anything like that. So yes, you are beautiful, but not in the way that I would ever want to be with. Besides, I know that you made fun of me for how I looked.
Hold on a second, are you really telling me that you want to be with my sister more than you want to be with me? Don't you realize how much better I'll look on your arm than her? Just think about it. You've wanted to be an author ever since you were little, and now you finally achieved your dream. But imagine how good it would make you look to have a pretty and well-educated wife with you.
Pearl, you know you're more than just some arm candy for another man to use, right? You should have more confidence in yourself.
What in the world are you talking about? I'm bragging about how much better I am than my sister. Doesn't that show that I have confidence?
I just mean that maybe you should try and have more confidence in your personality as well as your looks and whatever school you went to. Also, you should know that I've already heard from Lisa about how you reached out to her to ask for money, so I'm afraid that I can't really give you any help there.
I knew it. I knew I was right about this whole time. You're nothing but a horrible, ugly, lame loser. There. How did that feel? I bet you're absolutely crushed now.
Pearl, please, I think that this is all just a little ridiculous, don't you? I mean, what is the point of acting this way towards me? What do you think is gonna accomplish, huh?
I knew that I should never ever come and ask for help from you two like this. That was my only mistake here. I should have known that losers like you would turn on someone like me the second you thought you had a little leverage. But whatever. I guess I should have expected this from the two of you. After all, a couple of fat, ugly losers like you would make a perfect match, and now you have. Pearl, are you there? What were you thinking? Why in the world would you try to break into our house? I mean, you realize this is going to follow you around forever on your permanent record, right? Whatever, it doesn't matter at all anymore. You can say whatever you want to me now. My life is over anyways. I had to take out more loans to pay off my old loans. Not only that, but Dad's company is on its final legs. Everything is coming apart around us. I can't believe that it's all finally come to this. Well, first of all, Jeremy and I already agreed that we want nothing to do with our family's respective businesses and that we weren't going to be their pawns. But, given that both of our families were hoping to count on one another to help out their businesses, I'm not surprised to hear about what's happening to Dad's company. But I still just don't understand how you can still act so selfishly. I mean, you marry rich, run off with your husband, and refuse to lift a finger to help your family. I guess I just thought that you'd be a little more understanding of someone in a position like what I'm dealing with now, but I guess that you two only care about yourselves. You know that it's more complicated than that. Besides, our families didn't even care about Jeremy and I as people. You said yourself that Dad didn't care which of us married him, just so long as it was one of us. And besides, none of this excuses you breaking into my house like some kind of thief in the night. But the police will be here soon, so you might want to think about what you'll tell them. But, wait, what do you mean? You really called the cops on me? How could you do this? Don't you think that I've been through enough already? Been through enough? I think that everything that has happened to you up to this point has been your fault. I don't get why you think that you can act like this and not be punished for it, but I'm sorry, I can't let this go. You've done enough to Jeremy and I already, and this has gone far enough.
Well, that was a complete freaking mess to say the least.
Yeah, I know. I'm just seriously over my sister. She has taken this whole thing way too far, and I'm not going to stand for it. But I'm just so happy that you and I are finally going to be moving out of this town so we don't have to deal with this ever again. But I just want you to know how sorry I am for all of this. I really never wanted anything like this to happen, especially not to you.
Oh, come on, you know that there's nothing to apologize for. Besides, if I never met your sister, then I would never have met you, so I don't regret a thing.
You're right, it hasn't been easy, but I'm glad that we've been together through this.
By the way, you should know that my father officially told me that he didn't want me to have any part in the family business. He said that if I wasn't going to take over the business, then I wouldn't get anything from it either. So I guess that now we're finally in the same boat when it comes to us having finally cut off our families entirely.
But the only reason our parents ever wanted us to get married in the first place was because they thought it would help their companies. I'm sure it wasn't easy to hear that from your dad, but I'm just glad that they also know that they can't treat us like they're puppets.
You're right about that. I wish things weren't quite this bad, but our parents can't be allowed to treat us like that. As for your sister, well, I guess we don't really have to worry about her either.
As long as I'm with you, I don't need anyone else from my family. They've caused me so much pain that I thought no one would ever be able to understand until I met you. After that, the police arrived and dragged my sister away for breaking and entering and destruction of property. She ended up being charged a huge fine for all of that. For Pearl, that meant she was forced to take out more loans in order to pay her legal fees. She had lost her family, 2 potential suitors, her sister, and now she really was neck-deep in debt. I have no idea what she's going to do to get herself out of this mess. I heard that my dad's business wasn't able to stay open and was only able to keep operating for a few months after Pearl was arrested. Without the connections to Jeremy's family, they lost the one lifeline they thought could save them. As for Jeremy's family, their company was much larger than mine. But I heard that the cousin who ended up taking over has been embroiled in several huge scandals and that the company has been struggling. As for Jeremy and I, we moved out of this town and have been enjoying our new lives away from the people who tried to manipulate us in the first place. Jeremy is still writing and I'm working. We do all that we can to help each other and I couldn't be happier. Of course, I wish that things had gone better with our families, but I'm just grateful that we were able to find each other and be our islands in the stormy sea of our lives. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.